Investigators into the data leak at the Korea Hydro and Nuclear Power Company have discovered emails containing malicious code sent from the account of a retired employee. The prosecution wants an arrest warrant for a ministry investigator handling the Korean Air nut rage probe for improper conduct. And frequent drinking during the holidays can damage your teeth as well as your stomach. We bring you dental health tips for the season. Hello and welcome to News Today on KBS World. It's Friday, December 26th. I'm Luke Clary. Emails containing malicious code were sent out in bulk from the account of a retired employee of the Korea Hydro and Nuclear Power Company to current employees. An investigation into the information leak at the nuclear operator has found.
December 9 will be marked in history. The president of the self-proclaimed anti-nuclear reactor group posted this message on Twitter on December 23rd while exposing internal data from the KHNP for the fifth time. Previously, on December 9th, several thousand emails containing around 300 malicious codes went out to hundreds of company employees. Given the timeline, a joint government investigation team on the leak scandal believes the hackers group is also responsible for sending out the emails containing malicious codes. A considerable number of accounts used to send out the messages belong to retired employees of the nuclear power company. The IP addresses of the emails and that of the group's Twitter messages are all traced to Xinjiang, China. Investigators say they found 11 digits of the 12-digit IP addresses overlapping in several cases. The government probe team has asked Chinese authorities to analyze 20 to 30 of these IP addresses. Meanwhile, KHNP has stated that its internal data disclosed on the internet is not believed to have been leaked through malicious codes that came in through emails on December 9th.
The prosecution has requested an arrest warrant for a Ministry of Land, Infrastructure and Transport investigator for handing over information about the recent Korean Air probe. There are also allegations of ministry officials receiving free flight upgrades from Korean Air.
Prosecutors requested on Thursday night an arrest warrant for a 54-year-old investigator of the Ministry of Land, Infrastructure and Transport, identified only by his surname Kim. Mr. Kim was detained and has been under investigation on the charge of leaking details of the ministry's probe on the so-called nut rage incident to a Korean Air executive. The prosecution's investigation revealed that Kim had exchanged dozens of phone calls and text messages with a Korean Air executive identified by his surname Yeo, for whom an arrest warrant has been issued on charges of destruction of evidence. It was confirmed that Kim had informed Yeo of the details of the ongoing investigation through these calls and messages. Kim had worked for Korean Air for 15 years. He reportedly has kept in touch with Yeo even after he moved to a new post in the ministry. Meanwhile, allegations emerged about employees of the Ministry of Land, Infrastructure and Transport receiving free upgrades from Korean Air. The ministry is being criticized for conducting lax investigations involving the in-flight behavior of the carrier's vice president. The People's Solidarity for Participatory Democracy claimed that it had received a tip-off about 3 ministry officials having received roughly $1,800 worth of flight upgrades from Korean Air earlier this year for their business trip to Europe.
The Education Ministry has finalized a decision to change the grading system for the English section in the College Scholastic Ability Test to absolute grading. Starting in 2017, only student grade levels will be marked on their English report card, not their precise score.
In Korea, most of the private education costs are spent on English at over $5.7 billion each year. Naturally, English classes at regular schools have become less important. In a bid to normalize the situation, the Education Ministry has decided to introduce an absolute grading system for the English portion of the college entrance exam. This new rule will apply from the 2017 academic year when current middle school third graders take the College Scholastic Ability Test. Under the absolute grading system, report cards will only show a student's grade level and not the exam score. How many grade levels there will be, whether 4 to 5 or 9, is being discussed.
불필요한 어떤 그런 학습에 대한 부분을 좀 이렇게 배제시키면서 본질적으로 학생들의 영어 실력을 정말 향상시키는 쪽으로.
But there are also concerns that universities will introduce English interviews or essay exams to better gauge students' English proficiency. Also, educational fervor may simply shift from English to other subjects such as Korean or math. Some pundits worry the new policy may produce unexpected side effects. The ministry said details of the absolute grading system and how it will adjust the difficulty of English exam questions will be announced next August.
The lives of South Korean soldiers at frontline bases guarding the armistice line are going to get a little easier. Cutting-edge surveillance equipment installed on the bases will lighten guard duties.
At this GOP base located on the Central Front in Cheolwon, Gangwon Province, sensor nets are placed on the barbed wire fences. When the fence is cut or pressed upon, the sensor immediately sends signals to the Situation Room, and security cameras placed all over the base investigate what is happening on scene.
방망 사전 일대 상황 발생 전원 투입.
All men are ordered to be deployed to their guard posts.
1탄 10발 5탄 확인 이상 무.
Troops armed with live ammunition and grenades are dispatched to the scene to respond immediately when necessary.
연말연시 국민 여러분께서 안심하시고 편히 쉬실 수 있도록 저희가 최선을 다하겠습니다.
Such advanced devices have lightened the troops' workload and given them time to take online classes or contact their parents on computers.
앞으로는 더 잘하는 효자 서광호가 되도록 노력하겠습니다. 마지막으로 21년 동안 제대로 한 말은 없지만 방송을 통해서 부모님 사랑합니다!
The Korean Army plans to install such high-tech equipment on all frontline bases along the Central Front by the end of next year and then extend the program to the Eastern Front.
Frequent drinking during the year-end holiday season affects your teeth as well as your stomach. So here are some tips on keeping your teeth healthy during this boozy season.
There's drinking and more drinking. Alcohol is not only a strain on the stomach, but also affects the condition of the teeth. This man in his 60s struggles with gum pain due to frequent drinking lately.
일주일이면 한 3번, 4번 이렇게 먹다 보니까 다른 때보다도 이 이빨 치아가 좀 손상이 온 것 같아요.
The frequent intake of alcohol with high sugar content increases germs inside the mouth, leading to inflammation. This, coupled with the fatigue of drinking sessions and the weak immune system, will delay a quick recovery.
이제 요즘에 또 송년회고 이렇게 모임들이 잦다 보니까 피로했는지 다시 또 염증이 생겼는지 이렇게 이가 시리고 또 피가 나더라고요.
Also, if the mouth isn't thoroughly rinsed after drinking and vomiting, this can erode the teeth due to gastric acid from the stomach. Teeth must be brushed before going to sleep, no matter how late it is, to prevent dry mouth. Experts say brushing the teeth right after drinking can rather escalate teeth erosion. They advise first rinsing the mouth with water and brushing the teeth after some 30 minutes.
It's been more than 80 years since Korea started issuing Christmas seals. The seals show changes in lifestyles from the Japanese colonial period to present time. However, the sales of Christmas seals have fallen sharply in recent years, prompting the seal issuing organization, the Korean National Tuberculosis Association, to make some changes.
People line up to buy seals and attach them to their Christmas cards as a way to fight tuberculosis. Even famed celebrities came out to publicize the seals in the 1960s, when Korea's tuberculosis prevalence rate stood at around 5%.
실 한 장의 값은 5원에 불과하지만 이 속에는 천금보다 더 소중한 뜻이 담겨져 있다는 점을 기억해 주세요.
Businessman Nam Sang-wook has been collecting Christmas seals for some 4 decades now. His collection shows how history and lifestyles have changed and includes samples ranging from the first seals issued in 1932 to recent ones featuring figure skater Kim Yeon-ah. The proceeds from the sale of seals have been used to fight tuberculosis among the homeless and low-income class. However, sales have been declining by hundreds of thousands of dollars in recent years as Koreans no longer send as many Christmas cards as they did before.
제국뿐만 아니라 인터넷 쇼핑몰에서도 구입할 수 있습니다. 더 나아가서 SNS 앱, 모바일과 접목시켜서
This year's seals feature indigenous animals and plants inhabiting the Paektu Mountain range. Next year, the seals will be made available as emoticons on mobile devices.
The popularity of the movie Interstellar has aroused public interest in space. An educational performance about the universe featuring state-of-the-art hologram technologies has been staged recently in Seoul. Let's take a look.
Images showing the birth of the universe billions of years ago move around according to the performer's gestures. Mars and Venus, two planets from the solar system, also hover in midair. This optical illusion effect was created using hologram technology. The audience can see three-dimensional images reflected on a membrane installed in front of the performer thanks to the light that passes through the membrane and is emitted only from one direction. A widescreen that's large enough to cover the walls makes the images all the more astounding. The 270-degree screen makes the audience feel like they're traveling to the black holes of the universe, which is impossible in real life. The vivid images featured in this educational performance are the result of the combination of state-of-the-art technologies, science, and art. Virtual reality technology is being used in various fields. Many K-pop artists use holograms and diverse special effects in their stage settings, while 3D avatars are used in clinical tests in medicine. Exquisite virtual reality technologies that make it hard to tell apart from reality are becoming a part of people's everyday lives.
Two movies about strong family bonds and genuine love have become box office hits. The movie My Love, Don't Cross That River has drawn over 3 million viewers so far, setting a record in the history of Korea's independent films. Here's more from the world of show business.
This married couple has spent 76 years together. Even after so many decades together and life's ups and downs, their love has remained as strong as ever. The documentary film My Love, Don't Cross That River is a story of genuine love. The film drew over 3 million viewers in just 29 days after its release. It broke the record in Korea's independent film history previously set by Old Partner in 2009, which drew 2,930,000 viewers. The feat is even more meaningful as the film was produced with only around $90,000 and topped the box office despite fierce year-end competition. Another box office mega hit, Interstellar, which has moved viewers' hearts with a contrasting portrayal of the cold and dark universe and a heartwarming story of strong family ties, has drawn over 10 million viewers 50 days since its release in Korea. 3 movies have attracted over 10 million moviegoers in Korea in 2014: Frozen, The Admiral, Roaring Currents, and Interstellar.
There's a flood of TV shows introducing good restaurants, but it takes more than just a media appearance to attract customers these days. Here are some eateries that employ slightly different marketing approaches to draw more diners to their establishments. This Italian restaurant in Gwangjin District in Seoul is known for its signature pasta creation. It looks like a bowl of Chinese noodles, but it's really their distinctive spicy pasta.
도와드릴까요? 여기 면포 파스타 4단계 있다고 들었는데 그거 하나만 주시겠어요?
If you can finish this scorching hot pasta in 15 minutes, the dish is free. The secret to its spiciness is the special sauce developed by the restaurant chef. He made it with an abundance of super spicy chili peppers.
별로 한 단계당 수저로 한 수저씩 들어가고 4단계는 수저가 4수저가 들어갑니다.
Heap on seafood and the special seasoning and cook the noodles in the sauce to complete the level 4 super spicy pasta dish. So the challenge is on. He starts off rather nicely, but soon starts taking off layer after layer as his face turns red and sweaty. Will he be able to continue with this challenge?
포기하겠습니다. 이거 못 먹겠네요.
He tried his best, wiping away at the sweat and bravely slurping up the spicy noodles, but he failed to finish even half of the soup. Next stop is a fried chicken place in Western Seoul. This small chicken restaurant is famous for its special green specked fried chicken. It's the fragrant sesame leaves that make the dish so attractive.
흰잎이라는 소재랑 치킨이랑 소재랑 합쳐놓은 게 좀 신선했어요.
This place has another famous attraction. It hosts a chow down challenge in which 4 people have to finish a big platter of fried chicken, fried pork, French fries, and spicy noodles in 2 hours. These young men are overwhelmed by a huge mountain of fried food and 2 servings of spicy noodles. Just looking at the platter makes the challengers feel their stomachs stretched to the limit. But now it's too late to back out. They seem to have gotten off to a good start, but not even an hour into the challenge, they make white flags made out of napkins and admit their defeat.
과식이 좋을 게 없다는 걸 알았습니다.
How about testing your chow-down abilities by stepping up to these food challenges? If you succeed, you will enjoy good food for free. And even if you fail, it would still have been fun, giving you a story to tell for years to come. Now let's take a look at the markets, followed by the world weather. And that's it for this edition of News Today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again on Monday. Have a great weekend. Goodbye.